Won't take very long. I don't have to do an hour. I collect my thoughts and try to put them out clearly and concisely. But ZX, I intend on leaving you alone, but I gotta need to have a little talk with you, son. You see, I've been watching you for a while, and I pay attention. And it's time for a little daddy talk. Have a seat. By all means, have a seat. I know you'll listen. Yeah, my views are low right now. They'll pick up. But the important thing is for you to hear this. You see, ZX, there's a reason why people call you a hypocrite. It's because you talk about things one way, but your actions are another way. I gave a poll. 200-something people voted, and 78% of the people said that you were a hypocrite. But you probably don't wonder why, or even worse, you don't try to think about why. Well, let's go back to when you started your YouTube. Your mission, and you had a mission. You wanted to preserve and protect and promote the black family. That's what you were about. And you attracted a female presence. Nikki even said she thought you were the next Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, because of your oratory style out of the church. And you said a woman should never be referred to as a bitch, and that the black woman was a queen. In fact, you called just about everyone a queen. I never use that term because in order for there to be queens, there have to be subjects, but that's another story. I don't hear you calling women queens anymore. And your actions haven't been to build, protect, and promote the black family. It's been just the opposite. Were you pretending? Were you pretending for cash apps and support to say that you were for the black family? Because it's a good message. And everything that the black family has to endure, from high incarceration rates, AIDS, drug addiction, that affect the men, teenage pregnancy, and all of the other issues that affect the women, that affect everybody as a whole. And you spoke strongly on this, and these women believed in you, and you called them queens. In fact, they weren't writers then. They were called the queens. I remember them, Nikki. That's when I came around you. I said, give the man a chance. See what he has to say. See if he's sincere. And you stuck to it. In fact, I was roasting Vic one day, and Global, shout out to Global, came up on the panel because I said that Vic's daughter, that their power bill was in their name. Did I know that their power bill, that it was in their name? No, I didn't know. It's a fucking roast. It's a roast to get Vic hopping and jumping and to show its fucking power bill. Troll pressure, troll pressure. And Global hopped up on the stage and she said, how are you aware that this child's name? I'm like, this, here she goes with this child shit. And what the fuck difference does it make if the child's name's on the power bill or not? She interrupting the whole goddamn game plan. You let her up there, and I called her a bitch. And they went, he called her a bitch. Yeah. Because when I asked her a question, she didn't want to answer a question. And I said, yeah, I told you backstage, I said, yeah, man, you got this feminist shit going on over here, bro. I ain't gonna be able to move and shake like this because I speak my mind, man. And I call it the way that I see it, dude. That's just how I am. That's just how I am. I'm not biting my fucking tongue for nobody. And that's how I'm moving. That's how he said, no, man. Don't go, man. I'm digging you, Beasley. I'm digging your style, man. I like the way you move. I like the way you say it. You said, I don't fuck with Global. I never liked her. You told me that. But let's get back to this building and promoting the black family. So while you're talking about building and promoting the black family, you were actively in a beef with Jazzy. It had nothing to do with me, and you were tooting my name and like trying to put me in the front of that. I don't even know her, much less want to fight with her. I don't know her. And I already been through that with people putting me in front to fight their fucking battles. And I get in a fucking battle and fight with a motherfucker 3 or 4 years. I wasn't doing that shit no more. I learned from my mistakes. And I watched you call CPS. I watched you interfere in her case. I watched you curse her, demean her, put up unflattering pictures over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm thinking to myself, how is this protecting, promoting, uplifting the black family? Here is you got a single mother with multiple children who's very bright, who has more than she can handle. It's difficult. It's difficult. And you've got some nasty people. So that's one instance where I'm watching you talk one way. I want to protect the black family, the man, the woman, the child. You're talking it one way, but your actions, see, there's principled and practical. A principled person stands by their principles regardless. Their principles mean something to them. But you're a practical person. See, which means you're not principled. Which means as soon as the principle interferes with you or hurts your feelings, or it goes against something in your feelings, because it's feelings that we're talking about. Not no stoicism. You're hypersensitive, and you were very hypersensitive. And you attack that young woman who's old enough to be your daughter, or young enough to be your daughter, over and over and over and over and over again for months, doing everything and geared other people up to do it. So that's one instance. And on the segue, we see what's going on with Ghetto and MBK, and that's another story. That's another video. But you let it out that MBK was so mad that he wanted to have Ghetto killed. And now they're friends, and you think that's ridiculous, or you think that's ironic. It's crazy. And I believe that it's probably true, because MBK gets emotional just like you, talking about how tough they are, how rough and tough they are on the streets. But on YouTube, they have no emotional intelligence at all. Took me years to get some emotional intelligence online. People call me a bitch. I'm ready to fight. The only thing is, you can't really fight anybody here on the web. But let me continue. You said that MBK wanted to have Ghetto killed. I believe you. I believe you. And you put that out there and people went, oh. But I remember you calling me in the middle of the night and saying that you wanted to have Vic's whole family killed. You said 5 up, 5 down. Now, those of you who have heard the story before, it's going to sound very similar because it ain't changed. And it ain't changed. It's the truth. I don't have to remember nothing. You said you're going to spend $5,000 for them to go up there, kill everybody in Vic's house. And when they got back to Philadelphia, you're going to give them $5,000. And I said, don't do it. I'm thinking, I've known this clown all of 10 days, and he's telling me about a murder plot? He must be the feds or an idiot. Either way, I got to get away from this motherfucker. He's way too emotional to be doing this shit. God forbid he does kill somebody. I don't know him. More chances are that he's not. But now Vic's your best pal. You speak of Vic in glowing terms. After you put up pictures of his naked mother. After you said that you would have sex with his mother. And I'm not saying I'm any better than you, but I don't walk around here acting like I'm some type, like I got a halo around my head. You said those people, that bald lady and her Irish husband, you said you were going to ride over there one night on your motorcycle and you were going to bust shots at their crib. Pop, 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 pop. I said, don't go do no shit like that, fool. You crazy? Shooting into inhabited dwellings, you'll go to prison for that shit. I don't want to hear nobody talking about no shit like that on my fucking phone. What the fuck is wrong with you? I didn't say that. I just said, don't do it, man. And hung the phone up. And you talked about that a few times. You followed them all the way to the outskirts of the outskirts, 3 hours away from Philadelphia. 3 hours away, goddamn. That's a long car ride. You followed them 3 hours away to go to a court hearing that had nothing to do with you. Your name wasn't the defendant, your name wasn't a witness, and your name wasn't the plaintiff. And you provided information to the court on anything and everything they've done trying to get them locked up. Remember when you tried to get people locked up? Remember when you used to go down to the police stations all the time? A regular at the police stations. You call Ghetto in like a snitch once. I was like, how is he calling this dude a snitch when he's the fucking biggest rat I know? Remember one time that you were playing your messages back? It's just the state police. Yeah, the FBI. All the different messages was a different law enforcement agency, dude. But you the street dude. But let me get back to the point, dude. You threatened to kill people too. You've told me that you've threatened to kill people. I could easily, if I were forced to, and I were forced to testify, I could easily put my hand on a Bible and take the oath and say that you threatened to kill these people because it's the truth. You know it's the truth. You know it's the truth. They know it's the truth. And these are your friends now between you and MBK. But dude, back to this, you being all for the black family. You come from a broken black family. You build women up and people up by saying they're married, but you've never been married. Right? You speak down on single mothers. You didn't used to, but you speak down on single mothers. But your daughter's a single mother. But let me tell you what you've done right now. By doxing Ghetto's wife and MBK's wife because you don't like the things they're saying on the YouTube. Because you don't like that MBK left you. See, I see it both ways. And I can argue both sides of this situation, but so you're going to take MBK, if he doesn't have $1 million home, they own a home. He has children. Probably have grandchildren one day. Probably soon. That's the way it works. They just start popping up out of nowhere. All my friends got grandkids. Grandkids just start popping up out the blue. You got 3 or 4 kids. Next thing you know, you got 5 or 6 grandkids. So you're going to do something to put some information out there when he's unliked and unwanted by people. You're going to put information out there that's going to cause people to cause harm to his family, to his black family. How is that uplifting? How is that promoting? How is that protecting a black family? Because you're in your feelings over YouTube? You're not a principled person. You throw these principles out the window. That's why people call you a hypocrite, dude. Listen to me closely, son. I'm older than you. Listen to me closely, son. Have a seat. This is that teaching that you don't like to hear. But I'm talking to you real than a motherfucker right now. This is why they call you a fake. That's why you call you a fraud. That's why when you offer advice to people that they didn't even ask for. Who the fuck is you to be giving people advice? They didn't ask for no advice. You just grown people on here. And usually when people do ask for advice, they're going to do what they want to do anyway. And maybe come back and tell you, damn, you sure was right. So you're going to put out Ghetto's wife. You're going to put out her name or her maiden name and her information so that people will call her job. Now, I beef with Ghetto. I could do that. I have some restraint. He pisses me off. Yes, for a lot of reasons. Do I want to destroy his life and destroy his marriage that he said he's trying to hold on to together because he has an addiction to YouTube? Because he says things that I don't like? You know something? Even Tommy, as vicious as he could be, even Tommy drew the line and said, no, I ain't going to do that. Even Tommy said, nah, stop doing that. Don't doing that. When Chucky and Jim would go too far, he said, I don't have nothing to do with that. Leave that man alone. Leave that person alone. Even Tommy, the one that truly had power. I can't front. My closest friend on here, wherever he is, was a Tommy disciple. He knew I didn't give a fuck about Tommy one way or another. I can admire some shit that he did, that he built an empire on here and he made serious paper and was living in mansions, but I didn't approve of his message. And what did I tell you when I first started coming around you, ZX? I said, man, you gonna learn, dude. These broads out here ain't nothing nice, dude. These women out here ain't nothing nice. You think you're going to stand up for them and protect them? There's some motherfuckers out here, some barracudas out here that will bite your hand off, that will eat the food out your hand and bite your hand and eat up your hand and curse you and do everything in the world. You're like, no, man, no. No, man, no. I hear what you're saying, man, but no. So you took this position, and we know that women donate the best. So you took this position to protect the black woman. The queen, the Nile of the universe. That's how I used to talk. The Nile of the universe, the Nefertiti, that with that mumbo jumbo jive shit that them broads buy into. The queens. And you went directly at Tommy. I said, dude, I've seen everybody come at Tommy. His machine's just too big. His machine's just too big, and he just got too much going on, and he's too quick for you motherfuckers. Whether I like his message or not, motherfucker just moved too quick. He'll leave you in the goddamn dust and go fly across country to go take Clifton Rady and get him out of jail. What? He did what? Yeah, not everybody could do it like that motherfucker did it. So, your message, your initial message, your mission statement as to having a YouTube page was to protect, uplift, promote the black family, because the black family, and it's probably true, the black family is under assault. All families are under assault. And yeah, people are weakened without their family. I know that better than anybody else. But you're the exact opposite. You're doing the exact opposite of what your mission statement was. All you want to do is turn a buck. You're the exact opposite. Where you take these two men that you're arguing with and you decide to put out their wives' information. So what? So hopefully someone like me that will take it that far, and I'm not going to do nothing to them yet. I advise them to leave me the fuck alone. I advise them to focus on something that's more different, more better for them to mess with, because I do it and not think nothing of it. You know me. But you put their wives' information out there so people could mess with their wives' livelihood to destabilize black families that are at least middle class. Yeah, they found Ghetto had some tax liens and shit. Ghetto got a lot of nerve having tax liens and child support, all that shit he talks. And I wouldn't be surprised, with his tax liens and his child support, you just nigga just like everybody else, Ghetto. And them, all you motherfuckers with your teeth fucked up like that, Rex, ZX, and Ghetto, y'all's dope fiends. Y'all can't tell me you're not dope fiends. To have that type of disaster come to your mouth, that's dope fiend shit. I'm older than all of you. And I party, but I haven't done no fucking heroin. I wasn't smoking crack like you motherfuckers. But I partied. I got my teeth, nigga. I got mine. And got some hair. All you motherfuckers is bald. But dude, what happened to your mission statement of protecting, uplifting, and promoting the black family? Your very people that believed and supported you, in order for you to go, and you say, oh, I didn't want to be part of the beef sector. Bullshit. You wanted to be in the beef sector more than anybody else. You bowed down to Fire Babe and fought her battles. You bowed down. You wanted to be part of Babe Nation so bad. And some of them come to your chat, and they lasted for a while until she flipped out on you. But you definitely, most definitely, were making the move and wanted to be in the beef sector. So you're lying when you say that you weren't trying to be in the beef sector. You absolutely were trying to be in the beef sector and trying hard. And you submitted to that woman, and you would talk about how beautiful and how fine she was. I like her. She all right. She all right. Yeah, all that, she all right. You said, she's so fine. I want to fuck her. I want to marry her. That's the shit you used to say. Ooh, Fire Baby, so fucking fine. But as soon as you fell out with her, you started talking about how ugly she was, how busted she was. And she's not busted or she ain't that fucking beautiful, but whatever, nigga. How the fuck did she switch? See, this is why you a hypocrite. How did she switch from this beautiful sexual, this beautiful being that you wanted to just lust after? I want to fuck her. That's all game. That's all game. That's all game to get the middle-aged chicks' panties wet. But how did she come from Miss Beautiful to Miss Ugly? Yeah, dude, get back to your purpose, man. Get back to your purpose. Show that you got some integrity, man. Show that it just wasn't a bench of hot air that you were talking about protecting the black family. You're actively now. What did the day before? I was being nice to Beasley because I'm a Christian. And the next day you doxing these people that ain't got shit to do with this shit. And you putting out sensitive information with their names, where people can figure out where they work. I don't know what you put out, but apparently it was some real juicy shit. You put that shit out there when they're in the middle of these battles and heat, and anybody can start attacking them now. To interrupt those women's cash flow, their livelihood. If anything, that strangles a family. That's why most families don't stay together. Most relationships, marriages break up because of finance. Shakira Queen Black. Oh yeah, I can't even talk. I can't mess with that dude. With the laws of power. Yeah, ZX, think about where you came from and what you've become. Think about what your initial mission statement is and what you're doing now. You made 180 degree turn. And I know there's something else you've been doing lately. And I don't ever listen to you that much. It used to be we and us. When it was a struggle, we need a computer. We're going to get a computer. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. You're back talking about I and me. I and me. I built this. I did this. I. I'm giving you, have a seat, son. Get some game, man. Nobody's going to tell you. I'll leave you alone, though, but you can't address this when you're listening right now. I know you're listening right now. I asked you a question the other day. I said, man, how come, some of the things that you said, how come you can't say that they were not true? I didn't even get a chance to get it out. You dropped me down and you went off for 20 or 30 minutes. Are you that ashamed of what you did? I'd be willing to address the things that I said about you. It was a conversation. A conversation. You want to have a conversation with everybody except somebody that can really converse, huh? Or someone that you can't control, or someone that you're afraid of that may be just a little bit quicker than you, a little bit smarter than you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, get back to your purpose, man. Get back to your purpose. Not only when you kick those queens out of your camp because you want to be down with Fire Babe so bad, you were actually the proverbial dog that looked into the water, the dog with the bone in his mouth, that looked into the water and saw a dog with a bigger bone, dropped the bone in his mouth and dove in the fucking water and drowned. You kicked your solid team that had been with you for 3 years to the curb, then argued with them. Put out Nikki's personal business about the man that she was with and he died and his livelihood and people knocking on her door, all kinds of shit. You said you can't leave that easy. And God forbid what you did to Jackie, man. Just because they were shocked that you kicked them to the curb, that you fired them all, you disclosed that her status was HIV positive. I'm sorry, Jackie, for repeating it. But you disclosed her medical coverage to put shame to her? That shit wasn't effective. If anything, it gave her some sympathy. Can't be easy living with HIV. That's how vindictive you are. Just because you fired the woman and then they did a show or something, she didn't do much, whatever she said, and she was a downrider for you. She used to go crazy on people. For you. And the first thing you did was disclose her condition. I was like, damn, what do you got to do that for? He could ignore her. She didn't even have a platform. Have you ever apologized to her, Mr. Christian? Mr. Christian, are you Mr. Christian? Now, did you actually say that you want to be like a Christian? Man. They got Christians just like you, too. They move just like you, do all the fucked up shit in the damn world. Do all the fucked up stuff in the world, but go to church on Sundays. I've been around you motherfuckers. When people start coming around me telling me they're about what kind of Christian they are, I'll be taking a step back. I take a step back and make sure my wallet's still there. You building a black family. You about uplifting the black family. You contacted my niece and stressed her out with an email over YouTube shit. You contacted my niece and stressed her out when she has a 7-month-old child, soon to be pregnant for her second child. And you care about a black family? What about misunderstood? You're a mercenary. Don Cato paid you money with his weak ass, with his weak, sneaky ass. Yeah, you a weak, sneaky nigga. You couldn't control your woman on YouTube, so you paid ZX so he could attack her. How do I know that's true? Because she told me that's what you do. You a weirdo, dude. You paid ZX to control your woman, or to punish her. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. ZX. Don Cato. How come if you couldn't control that woman, nigga, maybe you just need to let that woman go? How you got to pay this nigga to control your fucking woman? And then how come you can call her every dirty dog, you said she fucked a dog. You talked about it over and over again. You got me repeating it. It's true. But now she's an okay person. You phony ass motherfucker. You phony ass motherfucker. If a motherfucker's a dirty ass, low down, scumbucket bitch, that doesn't change. It might be a dirty, low down scumbucket bitch that you don't fuck with no more, that you don't argue with, but you try to act like the person's okay. He stopped paying you to attack him. You think, yeah, we got her. Yeah, you did everything you could to punish her, and you called CPS on her to what did you do with her black family? Huh? What did you try to do with her family? Talking about you building up fucking families, man. You make me sick with that bullshit. The Sagittarius and me don't go for that shit, boy. How the fuck are you going to talk about you building up families and you're protecting families and you try to tear that woman's family down while she's on and off of drugs? Yeah, he did. No wonder you don't want to look backwards, because you'd have to take accountability for all the shit you do. You want to hold other people accountable. To be honest, you might have helped someone by exposing Jackie. Something to her. She's not the type to freely disclose her status to a partner. Hey, I don't know. You might know better than me. I know that he did that to harm her. He didn't do that to make it easier on her. He did that because he was angry at her. Because she had the nerve to have an opinion after she fired all of them so that he could go be with Firebabe. So that he can grow his channel. Because Candy ran game on him. What did Candy tell you? She says they're stopping you from being great. Candy just wanted to isolate fucking Nikki. And she did. And helped dox her through you. And spilled the shit on my channel. She played you, but she played me too, though. But she played the fuck out you. She made you fire. She convinced you to fire. No, I wouldn't. 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 Moving right along, Prometheus. Moving right along. No, I wouldn't. That's a no-brainer, at least for me. Yeah, ZX, your mission statement and what you started out to do and where you are now are diametrically opposed. And if you were sincere about your initial message, I suggest you try to get back to it. Earn yourself some credibility back. It's not too late. It might be too late. It might be too late. But it was an honorable mission. It was an honorable message. It was a hard message to push. And it's the only reason you did it because you wanted to go up against Tommy. Just by going against Tommy, PJ hated him so much. I know that you got hundreds of dollars because PJ is very generous, and she certainly had it to give. Shout out to PJ, wherever you are. I know you're in a troll name somewhere. You lost a whole army of dedicated soldiers, real riders, the queens, because of your lust, because of your desire to grow your channel. And Candy got in your ear and said, they're stopping you from being great. And your dumbass fucking believed it. You let her whisper some bullshit in your goddamn ear. She whispered some shit in your ear, nigga, and you thought it was Haagen-Dazs ice cream. She just put some mud in your ear and laughed about it. She done got me before too, but a lot of times she put that mud in my ear, but I get the fuck out of my ear with that goddamn mud. You do that shit, she started laughing. Oh, my jaw's starting to hurt. I wish you well, ZX. I don't think you have time to do anything else. You're deep into this shit. But I like the way that my enemies are fighting each other. Why should I get involved? Shakim's catching hell. Ghetto's catching hell. These are motherfuckers I'm beefing with. I ain't got to do nothing. Let the game get them. The game always gets them. And they ain't going away. Damn, Shakim dude was flying you out. He was going to fly you out with the ticket and everything. And he was going to stick eggplant smooth to you, boy. He was going to run up in you slow. And I know you done that shit before. You like PJ out of all of them? She was actually intelligent. PJ could read better than the rest of them, Prometheus. When we were trying to read Wretched of the Earth, that is not an easy read. That is not an easy read. Multi-syllabic letters. I was fucking stumbling around. Yeah. She was reading that shit as good as anybody. Better than anybody. Better than ZX ass. ZX said, no. You ladies go ahead. You go ahead and read and everything. I'm not gonna be doing the reading right now. That's about that. Thank you guys for listening. I'm gonna get this off my chest. I'm gonna come back maybe a little later tonight, talk about MBK and talk about. I still don't approve. You know, ZX, that's some punk ass move you did. You know, you talk all that macho shit. All y'all talk all that macho shit. You're a bunch of fucking old men is what you are. And I'm older than all of you. But you're a bunch. But I've been all of your age. I've been 55. I've been 57. I've been 58. I've been all of your age. You motherfuckers do not need to be fighting nobody, man. Go have a water balloon fight or something. Go get some paintbrush. Go get some paint guns or something. Y'all don't want to really be fighting, do you? Go get some pillows and pillow fight or something. Go do something, man. Go do something. But y'all really mad at each other. Man, shit. And you guys are real close. You guys are close to each other and not damn one of you gonna bust nothing and do nothing. Come ring on my doorbell. That shit is so old. ZX, if you see that again, what you won't do is ring on my doorbell. Somebody rang on your doorbell and you didn't do a goddamn thing. She rang on your doorbell and actually called your mother and threatened the fuck out your mother. You didn't do not a goddamn thing. Shut that bullshit up. I'll catch y'all later.